Derek Sabori. I'm the Senior Director of Sustainability at Volcom. We're an action sports company based in Southern California, Costa Mesa, California. And we are a lifestyle brand catering to the action sports lifestyle. Surfing, skateboarding, snowboarding, music, art, blending those all together. We do men's, girls, youth clothing, and swim and snow outerwear. Our company is definitely affected by global warming and what's happening in climate change. Specifically, I think to the ocean-related sports that we're involved in, surfing, and any problems or tragic incidents that happen to the ocean, whether it's permanent high tide situation or the acidification of coral reefs, can potentially damage some of the world's greatest surfing spots. And without surfing, we definitely lose a significant part of our business. And I think also climate change in the mountain regions. Any snowpack that's affected definitely has an impact on resorts and the snowboarding industry, and that definitely affects our business in a negative way. As a brand, we're lucky enough to be a part of the PPR group, which was changing their name to the Caring group, or to Caring. So PPR is the brand that owns Gucci, Puma, Yves Saint Laurent, Stella McCartney, and us, Volcom. So it's a great opportunity for us to be involved with them, as they've got a great partnership with Wildlife Works. So it's really afforded us the opportunity to get into an environment where we can learn a lot, watch other great companies that are doing good things, and really kind of take off and kind of build our program on the things that we're learning and seeing from other companies. We have a great sustainability support group there at Caring in the Paris office. We're involved in their group environmental profit and loss, which will be rolled out in 2016, so we're undergoing that right now. We offset our major surf events as well, with so far 2 different REDD plus offset programs done in Brazil. And we've got a lot of different sustainability initiatives. We have goals to reduce our emissions and water use by 25%. We have goals to source our paper responsibly and sustainably. We're really doing everything we can to drive and ingrain sustainability into all parts of our business and kind of make sure that it's really a part of our corporate DNA now. Taking a leadership role is so important for corporations, I think, one, because it's not something that we can wait for, I think, the consumer to demand. I think that's happening slowly, but it's got to be a sort of a multi-pronged attack, if you will. So I think we can also wait around for a long time waiting for legislation to happen. So I think corporations in the private sector is really an ideal place to take a leadership role. And once any of us really latches on and starts to do or support REDD projects, climate change initiatives, then other companies, inevitably, it's just the nature of us, we want to keep up with each other. And if any one of us is taking a leadership role, inevitably the next company says, well, then we need to do that as well. We need to come on board as well. And the more companies that do that obviously creates a tipping effect, and I think the consumer then catches on to what all of us are doing, and then the consumer begins to demand more. I think if the consumer is demanding more, private sector is doing more, legislation will come, and then hopefully we've got a nice perfect storm that evolves. Projects like REDD Plus are definitely good for business. It allows us to speak to the idea of climate change and let people know that there's something that we can do about it. And I think it introduces a concept to our consumers and kind of puts it in perspective and tells a story and puts a story behind an action. So for us, it's been something really great to learn about and to be a part of. And I think the more we learn, the more we'll do to incorporate it into our business. And again, we're so lucky to be a part of the Caring Group, who has a great partnership with Wildlife Works. And for us to be able to come along on that ride has just been, it's been an amazing opportunity for us. So we're really excited to learn more and to do more. It's so critical right now that all of us jump on board, because I think it's human nature for us to procrastinate, and I think we can only procrastinate for so much longer. And I hope that I believe it's getting to the point where it could be too late. But I think if we don't act now, then I think we'll have missed our opportunity. But as a species, I think the procrastination that many of us have maybe built into us, hopefully we're at that point where it's time now to act, because if we don't, I think we'll just start to lose too many precious things. And there were some great comments that came up today about our children, and I know that's one thing that I've kind of vowed to do is to continue doing what I'm doing for my kids, so that I can make sure that I say that I was part of part of the fight and part of the process of creating change in the world. Our company, for the last couple of years, we run major surf events. Last year we did one in Fiji, the Volcom Fiji Pro, and just recently this year we did one, the Volcom Pipe Pro on the north shore of Oahu. And both of those contests were certified as deep blue surfing events. We partner with a nonprofit organization called Sustainable Surf, and one of the roles of that certification is to make sure that we address climate issues. For the future, I know that we'll continue to offset our emissions for those surf events through the Deep Blue Surf certification, and we'll continue to work with Caring as well. Luckily enough, we're through the formerly PPR. All of our emissions for all the brands are offset through the offsets that Wildlife Works creates. So through our surf events, the things that aren't measured in our Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions will definitely continue to offset, and learning more now about the REDD+ projects, I know that'll stay in our portfolio. So I think those are the most specific ways that we'll continue to help. REDD+ is more than just a carbon credit, and that's what the plus is for, right? That it adds a lot more to the community. It creates opportunities for the community, whether it's jobs and creating further biodiversity in the region, and a permanence in making sure things stay there and are lasting, and that we're adding value to the project that's there. So it's a really neat thing for us to be involved in, to know that we're not only just offsetting our emissions, but also adding value and creating something that is doing good for a community, and enhancing lives in a region that we may or may not get to see firsthand. I think the private sector today can, first of all, just learn more about the REDD+ projects, get involved in the climate change debate, make sure we understand the role that we play as private industry, and that we have such a great opportunity to play a leadership role and to bring more and more people on board, whether it's other competitors, other companies, and the consumer itself. So the more you learn about the REDD+ projects, I think the more you'll appreciate the opportunities that they lend to your company. And not only we get to offset your emissions, but also create those great opportunities for people in different parts of the world. I think we've got one chance here to really create change and to do something meaningful, and the opportunity for us to leave a legacy and a mark on this planet is kind of right here, and some of the speakers really painted that portrait, that the time is now, and we're part of something that's so unique and so special. And if you want to kind of cement your name in that history book, then right now is the time to make some good decisions and be a part of that sea change.